And Stuart Swerdlow, in my opinion, is one of the only people that really did tell the truth. He said it's going to be a download into your biofield, and it's a xenovirus. Yeah? Yeah, that's exactly right. The politicians, the police, and anybody else who would want to help, who doesn't like the system, how are they supposed to do anything? Our populace is still sitting here with rabbit holes and exhausted, they're traumatized, and they want to give up. We need those of us who are in our 40s and 50s, and anybody else all the way up, to take a stand and say, put the anatomy back. I am done listening to fucking white coats argue about viruses and pathogens and RNA and quantum dot. You tell me in a linear fashion how you are gaining biotelemetry. Linear. And I don't want to hear, oh, it's a near field effect. What field are you near? You want change? You want to survive? Either way, tell the truth. The truth is, this is human anatomy. On the internet, on a button press, and it's been automated with AI for their fucking phones. Super dangerous, and everybody's still doing this. Because here in the United States, we are the military brute force for all this crap, and we are the ones who paid for all this techno-human enslavement. Biological to digital. Pay people to keep their fucking mouth shut, traffic organs, and they know they're going to live forever. You buying that? Is that nobody is willing to take it to the core, which is, where is that anatomy? Why aren't we allowed to learn about it? What the fuck are you doing with it for real? And again, the best example that I can give is if we have a medical body area network, and we do, and there's your FCC and your FDA too, and in 2022, here comes the DigiTwin approval with the FDA as a grown adult. Why isn't that where you step in and go, tell me how? I don't want to hear any more ghost stories about shamans and fractals and scalar. Tell me how. And until you demand that intellectual acuity, you're dead. Because the enemy's weapon system is predicated completely on that biofield. Because it's human anatomy. That means everybody got it, and they don't got to worry about whether you're putting on your technology or not. So that's why no one's allowed to know a damn thing. Now, as far as your soul sovereignty, body autonomy, they will extract as much of your human vitality, neurons, cell states, whatever. But when you are someone like me, who's, I have a practice, I have a specific amount of time that I dedicate for prayer and different ways that I listen and work with my own body. I will fight you when I feel the signal come in, and I will hold the signal off of me. That means they have to get physical. They have to send either people, or they have to get closer up on you in the house, or they have to focus more on you. And this is the problem. If you're surrounded by people that have no idea why you're acting the way you are or how you're reacting, then you respond to them. The moment you do that, you're dead. Because your heart chakra opens to the people that you love naturally, and they use that too. The older people either have already given up, their bank accounts are fat, they can't move, and the biggest thing I find with the older people, they have no interest in admitting this is anatomy. That's a problem, because it never should have been done this way. Even for me, I'm 44. I look back at the people who did this some more, and we're talking about all the way back into the 20s and the 30s and before it, that this is World War I. This is what they've been doing. So they have secret bases and all this extra technology, but it's for them and any human who hybridizes this to work with or for them. And no matter what direction you go, you're going to end up, no matter what rabbit hole you go down, no matter what your belief systems are, where is that anatomy? Because every human has it. And when they don't know that that is a nat to me, they're helpless. Your biofield is you. That's your photons, your neurons. Where are your neurons going? See, if you don't understand that your body is electrical, and you do not want to, deal with reality, you're missing anatomy. It didn't go away because of you. It's gone because all these people that go to work and screw around for all these years lie by omission and gaslight. the same exact talking heads and people, they're all involved with all these businesses and products that harness your missing anatomy, period. So if you're a atheist or New Age, or again, your belief system doesn't change anatomy. So everybody, I think, really does not get it, that without taking the body part back and saying, why is it that I'm not allowed to use my own biofield, know that it's there, understand Rife machine, how it works? For me, I'm like, where's your anatomy? Where is your anatomy? It did not magically disappear. They did not give you a new technology. Where did it come from? Well, DARPA. You don't believe that. I told you all when I came out here and showed proper police and medical records. I said, I am a non-invasive N2. I show you non-invasive N3. It's been out there. They're using it. And everybody goes, but I don't understand. Well, if the Catholics were able to move all those genetics around, and nobody ever said a word, they never do, and then we have, well, where are they taking all the bodies, and what are we going to do? You won't even admit to the software that your politicians have on their cell phone. Politician pulls open their phone, they can see through people, not just what you're thinking, not just what you're doing. And this is the same shit. It's software. And it is using that body part to extract data and then write data to you inside your body, inside your tissue. How? Because you're naturally electrical. And that right there is the breaking point. This is why I keep bringing it. Everybody's all over with migrants and politics and money. Stop. But it still boils down to the real empowerment of humans. Where is that anatomy? Why is it that it's hidden? Why is it that the only people that are allowed to work with it are just magically now the new saviors? Why is it that no R&D is ever discussed? Well, that's because if you got them nailed down and you said, where did you get the R&D for all of these new products? Well, off the backs of 2-year-olds. Why? Pineal gland, all the different hormones, and you're right back in it again with, well, who the hell would do this? They're not human. No shit. Then what are they? Oh, they're interdimensional. What is the fourth dimension? Well, it's time. Really? Well, that's really interesting, because now we've got all this electrical wave bending and all these different ways that we manipulate and perturbate the human body with zero knowledge of anybody out there, wondering, hey, if humans had telepathy, empathy, levitation, where did it all go? Oh, it's in that hidden body part, that anatomy that they're also busy suppressing organ modifications to suppress those organs. And when I watched the Brain Project with the ones that are just like it across the world, they wanted everybody brain-wise and body-wise to grow as similarly the same as possible. Well, that answers why the education system completely nosedived and was modeled after the prison system for regurgitation, and that your brain would grow the same as much as possible as everybody around you. For anyone out there that goes, yeah, they've had a secret system for 150 years, oh, pshaw, they're just going to quit now, we're going to work together. Excuse me, they've murdered a fuck ton of people since 2019 because the murder's on a button press, and they don't need to press the button. The AI, thank you, Project Salus, inside the intensivist and emergency rooms and everybody doing remote healthcare, etc. The AI decides you're done. You don't make enough money, or you make too much money. We don't want to have to pay you for shit. And click, and all of a sudden, strokes, heart attacks, you can't get out of bed. These are frequencies. And they're inside the same system. For your health apps, your Aura Ring, they know this. But because you have made human anatomy religiously attached, you better find your fucking common sense. Common sense? Today's live stream featured some very important research for all of you out there that are currently creators, talking about the jabs, what you believe to be COVID-19, or what you believe to be nanotechnology. and only, I'll post the video here. The Rumble Dad already has it reposted on his channel. The nanotechnology has an internal networking called the 2D corona routing. Up until today, when I put the papers in order, was I able to fully see the outlay of some of the other DARPA foundries making their own molecules, peptides, amino chains. I was reading them, not comprehending. I'm like, where is all this going? Is it just transhumanism? Is it just regenerative medicine? No. Today, in the second of our live stream, we had 1, 2, and 3. 1 is for anybody who's brand new, doesn't know, and they're getting their feet wet. But part 2, the nanotechnology reproduces itself, grabs up the components of your body to do it, then after reproducing itself, creates its own neural networks, no different than your body does. That's bad enough. Then it can give commands to itself because it's got its own neural networks. So it starts upgrading different nodes of itself. Then it creates its own AI internally on its own. Every single one of you that thinks you need the 5G, no, it's inside. Thus the foundries with DARPA 10 years ago. So if it wasn't bad enough to know that the PAX database, anybody with the DHS, the FBI, can click a button remotely. You can hear all about that in that same second hour. But when you see it back to back to back, any of you, all of you, Rumble, BitChute, people, please, I don't care what you think about me. I did my best to make jokes through it because I did not even realize. I had a suspicion, but I didn't want to say anything because it's terrifying. You jabbed people with fucking nano that not only recreates itself, but makes its own neural nets and its own artificial intelligence that is specific to the human on the inside? It's in the molecular communication routing. That's why I was looking for it. I'm like, what the hell is this here for? I warned people that this was about turning humans into something else. Initially, I thought, like arm into a fish flipper. Oh, no. Then I went to the Kill Web on a military blog from 2020. Our synergists know more, I suspect, than your military does. Not because of their compartmentalization, because they're way too good at keeping their fucking mouth shut. It was bad enough not to tell other humans, hey, that's anatomy. You put a reproducing xenobot inside people that transfects? No, it doesn't. You're load balancing body area networks. And worse than anything, it builds its own neural networks and then it builds its own AI. Tissue scaffolding resurfaces your cells and keeps going. No wonder so many people were growing these huge masses, but they wouldn't work right. DNA was faulty, so the human dies and the mass ejects itself. I just got done going into my kitchen, laughing with my family and making dinner. And when I came back, because I'd already loaded the links and Rumble Dad already posted it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Boy, are they never going to get caught. You had better tell people now. I mean, like today. And those of you that have been so busy ignoring all of this, how are you going to stop the nano from exponentiating its own AI on the inside? Intra-body is not available to the fucking 5G cybersecurity. DARPA foundries 10 years ago. It's all there. You know what your problem is? Those molecules are driven by AI the whole time. Body sensor networks, wireless sensor networks. That's machine to machine. No humans involved, no human encryption, nothing. Pure AI. I don't give a fuck if you're a white hat or a black hat. You evil fucking pigs. Addicted to self-preservation. That's a whole different level of unbelievable evil when you fucking know what's loose out there, artificial intelligence-wise, and I do mean loose. Those of us who pray, those of us who have a faith, those of us who've been busting our ass to detox. Whole new level. Well, we could EMP it. No, you can't. It's made out of you. Like I fucking told you. Want to stop the signal? Stop your DNA. Want to stop your internal nano from making its own AI? Are we suddenly going to get every single human a Dr. Brian artist tent and have them start fasting? The situation could not be more dire. And I'd really appreciate it. Any of you, if you can debunk me, bring it the fuck on, do it now. Couldn't believe it. I didn't know until I finished the live and I had a little time to let it sit in the back of my head, because if I think something this bad, I'm going back going, nah, mitigation, da. No. This is what they want. Pardon me. This is what they wanted. This is what they want. This is what they've had, only accelerated. Well, they don't want a regular internet. They've got their internet of bodies. They didn't need the bodies for a faster backbone. They needed the bodies to produce all that stuff. And worse. Time's a ticking. And I'm tired of hearing about all these empty fucking promises and we're going to go to war with China in 2026. 2025. That means the timeline that I saw in the 80s, not only did it not change, pardon me, it's on time. You have to tell people the truth. Well, they'll be terrified. I'm sure a lot of us already have had enough with being told, just sit there, you're too, fill it in, to be told the truth. If you got a way to stop it, I'd love to hear it. And I don't want to hear, well, it's a fake white paper. Ain't gonna work. I've been battling harder than ever this week. Tissue scaffolding. That's why I was digging in between all these other places, going intra-body to external. There has to be something somewhere. You guys don't have mitigation because you don't have the encryption. You don't have the ability to interrupt machine to machine. Well, we could slow it down with what? And by who? That's intra-body. You're not doing that. Not even with my tiny OS, none of it. And I don't think anybody, because I certainly didn't fucking think that was going on. You know, we all have this question, like, how the fuck do they get away with this every time? Well, release an AI to eat people from the inside out. And none of you ever did a goddamn thing to tell anyone about the biomedical telemetry, their own body, nothing, because you fucking gave up and sat down. No wonder you won't talk. Well, I will. Med beds, terahertz fucking med beds for the people you want and who are already DNA designated on those fucking guide stones. Cell lines. I've known since 2015, Jade Helm. Clowns, you can suck a rotten egg. There is nothing I can say on this one. Except one thing. Heavenly Father, your people need you. We need you. And Archangel Raphael, Chief of the Ophanim, God's people need healing. Folks, if you have faith in anything, now's the time. The people that are running around as white hats and black hats, there's not shit they can do. Prove it. Well, you wouldn't. Yeah, I would. This is why so many of you are using those systems. The only way you'd have been able to stop it is to join with it. Now it makes sense. Decisions that people have been making. Holy shit. Prayer. Be serious about your environment. Be mindful of who you're around. The less of it that's in you, the slower it goes, the less chance you've got of suffering other incidents. But the people whose eyeballs are on whatever that is, emitting light in the sky that nobody can decide upon, accelerant. Same with the air molecules. You'll never take them to court. I had no idea. Now we all do. Mark 5:36. Amen. Most people seem to be pretty well forward thinking in regards to what was all this for? I mean, if you didn't kill everybody and allegedly that was the goal, then what the hell is really going on? And I think it was very well explained by Hope and Tivon in their escalation diagram, where they're like, they needed more bandwidth. Now, what did they need more bandwidth for? Themselves. Oh, for what? Faster videos, right? Yeah, through your skin. And they would never, but they did in 1995. We're all still sitting here, in case nobody noticed. We're all just sitting around, kind of looking at each other like. So people are hacking bodies. How are they doing that? They're logging in. Where are they getting the login? And here it comes. Well, how do I get the biosensors out of me? You can degraphinate with Tony the Nanobucket guy. You can go to Lookout for Charlie and figure out where the band shell effect is and your broadband over your power lines and other different types of signals that will move. And you also can go to Hope and Tivon for sleeping pads and Shungite. You can go to Plasma Energy Lady for plasma energy water. Starting to see how this is a fucking problem, though? Because here's where you're fucked. Did you breathe today? Now there's no telling. Why? Because the air molecules in the pervasive and ubiquitous computing are operant on your smart grid, which ain't got a whole lot to do with your health. And then there's the other component. Did you eat today? They have it in everything. Well, I didn't eat, and I only drank purified water. It's still around you in the air, you're touching stuff, and it's bioaccumulating. So now you're cleansing, and you're still cleansing, but it ain't working as well anymore. Yeah, it's smart, too. They didn't explain that to you. I have, but that's what my new presentations are about. It's very smart. The synthetic biology component of this will make you vomit. And at that point, do you want to get involved? At that point, do you want to tell on your fucking bros who told you nothing that you could use to protect your own wife, children, and property? It's a real question, gentlemen and ladies. Gotta go for synthetic biology, just like Celeste Salum explained. They are racing their little nanoblocks for fun. It's competition. What would it be for? After the bioaccumulation, we're firing signals. We want to accelerate the nano, slow it down. We want to build healing tissue really fast and then break it on down. We need to break down the air molecules around you really fast and bring them back with a different compound. Wow. Oh, yeah. Amazing super soldier kind of stuff for shape-shifting humans. Excuse me? Yeah, what else would you be using it for? Laparoscopic surgery from the drone, right? Yeah, that too. Wireless healthcare. Fuck that. Remote surgery from your roof. Isn't that something? Who ordered a new surgery for your liver? You'll never fucking know. AI makes the decision. And it is, what is that called? M2 isn't to M. Machine to machine. Where's the human? No, you don't get one of those. Humans are stupid, remember? We don't want to be talking to humans. They're dumb. Because I want to make sure those of you that venture out with me here in this next segment I'm going to do, you need to have your big boy and big girl pants on, okay? Because this is scary stuff, legit. And it's swimming around in you. And I'm absolutely certain that's why they didn't go this way right away. Well, don't tell them what we actually put in them. Put in them. What about the creatures you're growing inside of people who didn't get this? Wireless tissue engineering means everybody wireless. You don't need this. That's why everyone else did. Faster throughput to do it to everybody, whether you had this or not. Again, you're using computer bodies like a video game, and you're using computer networking to make decisions about people's health. You didn't tell anybody. So who has your remote to your health care? How many companies are able to handshake with your heart and lungs every day just to verify that you're doing what you told your health insurance company, your car insurance company, your home insurance company, your bank? These people are listed on the Internet of Behaviors as of January 1st, 2023, to be able to log into your body to verify that you're doing or taking medicine, etc., the way you say you are. It's in your CBDC stuff. Well, what would that be? Same thing as the blockchain, that digital ledger system, which is keeping by HIPAA everything inside of you, intra-band cybersecurity. Again, I would definitely make sure you hit the Hope and Tavon presentation. You want to know what's really going on now and still? Well, then I can help you. But you go watch the presentation now, because I'm busy learning about how to get this shit out of my body. The biosensors are not something you can get rid of. You can dislodge a bunch of the metals and acuity. It's made out of you. So we don't have a way to chase them all down constantly. And they've been operating since the 70s. System on a chip growing things inside of people. As a matter of industry, yet again, I told you already, DNA steganography. Well, that's just for coding in our DNA. Biosensors are kind of permanent, folks. You can cleanse the nano out of you, you can eat better and breathe better, but we've got to find a way to take away all of this aggregation that they're up to. And we have to be able to actually feel our own skin. Then there's the carrier waves that are deployed. We will find our way. We will figure this out, because one way or another, and it might have more to do, now that I think about it, with more body area networks aggregating with biofield concurrence that actually have the ability, to maneuver that signal by using their own signal together instead of whatever is hovering around them. It's a possibility. But we'll see what the math lays out for what they're currently doing.